Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Natalie May Scrapbooking has released some of the most fabulous collage papers. I only have a few of them here and I think more are on their way to me. They are of real people who, you know, have real bodies. I love this one, Confidence Reigns. There's even some with masculine faces on, so I'm going to use this one here. I've got a little idea that I want to try. I also came across this brush when I was in Australia from Montmartre, and it's a really wide brush, so I wanted to have a try. It's 3 inches wide, which is fantastic, but you'll know that I like that one to do rainbows with. I'm going to have a go with that one. So I know that Nat has some of those on her website. I imagine if you're not in Australia, you can get them from other places, but that's the brand, Montmartre. So I want to do some journaling on this background before I go in with some colour. This kind of image here is giving me like graffiti vibes, so I want to write some words on the back of my page. And I'm using this pen, which is from Artex. It's a lovely paint pen, it's really nice. It's got a brush tip, which means you can kind of play with the thickness of your brush strokes. Apparently you can also smudge it quite well. Yeah. I had another word in my head and now it's gone. Don't know what it was. I'm just going to dry that. Kind of things that make me look at that image and think, yeah, self-love, it's about all the love, and I think self-love is so important. It sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's not. It's important, and I think we can all be so self-critical, but yeah, let's just write the word love here. Now, I'm going to go in with a different pen as well and just do some asemic writing on here. I might also go in with a stamp and add some more writing on there too. So this is a Pilot G-Tech C4. Oh dear, I think I've still got a little bit of jet lag on, so my brain, it seems to be on go slow mode. So a lot of this background is going to disappear. Let's bring in a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to use some black archival ink, and this is one of Nat's stamps. It's by choice, is it, or they? I don't know. Anyway, it's a lovely text stamp, and I'm just going to come in and add some stamping. So this is a great way to get some interest on that first layer. You know, if you don't have any collage papers, mixed media artists are always banging on about collage papers with text on. Yes, they're great for your backgrounds, but it doesn't matter if you don't have it. You can create your own texty background. As you know, I love dots, so let's get some dots on here. And then when this is nice and dry, I'm going to pull some paint across here. I'll go with some bigger dots as well. I like these. You can get all these stamps on Nat's website. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little dry just to make sure that all of the ink and the colours are all nice and dry. And I'm not going to pull any across my page. Okay, yeah, I think I just want to add some marks into here. Kind of going for that graffiti vibe. I'm not looking for neat and tidy here. So if that's too much for you and you think, I don't like it, a quick way that you can pull that back is either by using a bit of white paint or white gesso and a brayer, or if you don't have a brayer, you can use an old gift card. So, and just, you can brayer some white over the top. That will push it away a little bit. Okay. You can also do the same with a card. So you can put some paint out and just kind of drag it over your page a little bit. And you notice that's just kind of pushed that a bit more into the background. So let's give that a quick dry. Move those out of the way. Nearly dry. And I'm going to put out my rainbow colours, and I think if I do this carefully I might be able to get all of these colours out and pick them up with my new massive brush, my new 3-inch brush. This is so far I've used ruby, tangerine, lemon, lime, turquoise. I'm going to go iris and pink, which is a magenta that I just have a feeling is going to go and splurtle everywhere. So let's find a pin that's not caked in paint. Just open up that. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to pick up the paint using this brush, put it in halfway like that. Oh yes, look at that. Oh my god, it's amazing. Shall we just do a stripe going through the page? Oh, I love that. That is gorgeous. Oh my, this is going to be one of my favourite new things, I think. Okay, I've got some paint left over, so I'm just going to grab a couple of other journals that I can maybe pull some colour through. Is that one finished? Let's put some on there. Ooh, that's happy, isn't it? And then I'll find another one. This craft one, this is one from Nat. It's from Natalie May Scrapbooking. Let's put some on there, pick up that remainder of colour. This is an absolute joy. Okay. Are there any pages left in this one? Yes. Let's go in there. Like that. Oof. I just don't want to waste any of this colour, so, and I think I might just, what's left, I'll pull up there and up there. Even that's still pretty, isn't it? Let's get some tags. I think when you've kind of discovered something like this, it's almost worth just keeping going. Right, if I hold that up that way. I don't want the colour, because I've spritzed it, I don't want the colour to run. So, oh, that's pretty. Ooh, okay. Maybe that's dried out a bit more. That's also pretty. I kind of like it as it's getting more fluid. Oh, yes. Gorgeous. Right, if you haven't got one of these brushes in your life, you need to run and get one, because these are amazing. Absolutely. And I don't quite know how I'm going to wash that, but anyway. And then, of course, I've got a bit of colour left on here. So I'm just going to spritz this. I mean, that one, how beautiful are those colours on there. I'm just going to print in that. Even that's quite pretty. Just like that. Yes. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. And then I'm going to have to spritz this on here. It's got lovely soft bristles as well, so I don't think it'll actually... Oh, will it fit in there? Yeah, just. Oh, I've dyed the bristles, rainbow colours. That's very pleasing. Okay. Ooh, I mean, that's just pretty. Right, so I've got that mostly clean. I'll take that in with me later. I've made some pretty tags using the leftover paint because I didn't want to waste it, and put these to one side so they can dry out. Okay. And then I'm going to come back to this. So I've done a bit of journaling on there. I've gone in with my new brush just to have a little play and see how that works. I think what I want to do now is bring a bit more white, because this image that I'm going to use is quite bold, but I want to push some of this background away a little bit first. I think I'm going to use a blending sponge. That's the one I want. This is one of my favourite stencils for doing this, kind of pushing backgrounds away. I think it's called something like Grids, or I don't know. It's one of Nat's. And what I can do here is pull this over my bold colours, and it will kind of push it away, which then connects it to the white on the page, but it isn't too crazy. So when I'm teaching, I often talk about balance on your page, and that it's important your page is balanced. I think the only way that, you know, you can look at your page and you think oh, it just needs a bit of something else there. That's your brain telling you that, you know, it's not quite balanced enough. So what I'm doing now is just fading some areas out, and apparently some of the paint's wet, so it's picking up a bit of the colour, but I'm all right with that. That's all fine. Okay, so I kind of like that kind of graffiti sort of vibe that's going on. I'm going to see if I can work this image into this page without it taking over or clashing too much with what's already going on. So let's get it torn out. So this is the one from the All the Love. There we go. There's a good Derbyshire way of saying love. Okay, so I don't want any white on the edges. I'm going to disappear those. Going in with my water brush. Those of you that are seasoned Natalie May scrapbooking collage paper users know this is the very best way to disappear those edges. Okay, so there's quite a lot of dark colours on here. There's that kind of almost like black, night, sapphire. So I'm going to see where, maybe kind of there, and then we could paint some more hearts on here. We're going to need to bring some of those darker colours onto, yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. You are literally watching this unfold as I am problem solving my way through this. When you have an idea and you think, I'm going to give that a go, I have no idea if it's going to work or not, and if it doesn't, that really isn't a problem, and it doesn't matter. I have to say it. It retreat. Apparently I said that so much that everybody started chipping in and saying it before I got there. It was very, very funny. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It's just paper, isn't it? It's like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. I'm just smoothing over with my finger just to get rid of any bumps. Because there was one right on his head. Now, I'm kind of tempted to go in with a blending tool and add some dark around here. I think I'm going to try sapphire. Let's just see how this works. Should we use a stencil? Should we use this one again? Let's just use this. Yeah, that works. So I've got touches of this darker colour without it taking over, and then what I can do here is blend it out into that kind of pattern that I've just added. Oh, squeaky table, forgot about that. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so I need to have a look at that before I go any further. Yeah, I like that. That works nicely. I think we are just going to need a little bit over here. Connect to that edge up there. And maybe just pull a little bit out there too. Okay. Okay, so that works. So what might work quite nicely is just to go in with that heart as well. Right, now, because I've only got one of these and I want an odd number of hearts, I'm going to cut this in half and put one up here and one down here, like that. Now they look like ears. It's quite funny. So, there's quite a lot going on this page at the minute, but I am enjoying kind of pulling this together. It's bold and it's colourful and it's lots of fun. Okay, let's give that a quick dry. I'm going to come back with that stencil again and then just add some connection to this over here. So it flows, because at the minute it doesn't, it's a bit disjointed, but it'll be fine in a sec once I've pulled this together. Okay. All these layers of fun. Could bring a bit of white into these hearts, I think. Just to make them stand out a bit more. So this is a very thin Dina Wakley brush that I'm using. Yeah, I like that. And then to repeat that motif, I might just go in and add some more little white hearts on my page. So this is the number 2 round tip brush that Dina released recently for using with acrylic paint. It's lovely, it's got such soft bristles. It's a really nice brush to use. Okay, so now I've got some white paint left over, so I might just come in with some splatters. Quite chunky splatters, but that's alright. I'm doing this now because then I'm going to come in with a word. And then I think I might actually just use this. I'm going to use those words off the collage paper. This for me means it doesn't matter. Love is love. And okay, might be woo-woo, whatever. That's what I think. Love is love. All love. I'm adding this onto some white card. I'm going to cut it out and then stick it on my page. Let's make that a bit smaller. Let's give that a quick dry. So my reasoning for putting that on some card is because if I glued it on as the collage paper, it wouldn't have the opacity that it does now that it's on a piece of card, and it's going to stand out a bit better. I'm going to use Dina's glue. Love this glue. I'm going to put these words down here. And then I'm going to see if I can find a little heart stamp and just stamp some more hearts on here. I know I've got one somewhere. I will outline those as well once this is all dry. I know that I have got one somewhere. There it is. Okay, I think some black hearts might work quite nicely. Oops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 odd numbers working. Okay, I think a little bit of text on here as well. And then I'm just going to finish that off. It's quite a busy page. I love it. I love the layers of colour and playing with the push and pull of the background and the different ways it comes together. Kind of, there's a lot going on, but I do like it. Now when I look at that through the camera, I kind of think that this needs to be darker down here, but I need to dry that white first. I need to pull some of that darker bit along the bottom. So I'm going to grab Night and just pop a little bit out here, or not. Just a little bit. So at the minute, this is still quite dark, and I don't think that dark kind of pulls out enough. So I'm going to go in with a slightly darker blue, that's the Night, and just pull that to the edges a bit more. Try and get it to make a bit more sense. Have a look. Yeah, and then I think if I bring a bit over this top corner here, that will balance the page up a bit more. Not there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then I just want to outline those words, and this page is done. Okay. I'm going to keep thinking more things I can do. These are not quite dry. Okay. Love that. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.